Hey everyone, it's Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher. Today's October 5th. I never remember the date. I'm terrible at that. And I thought I'd take a few minutes to shoot a video. At first I thought there's not going to be much to talk about. And as you can see in the background, I'm sewing project bags and I have got a mess. So, and I have a cup of coffee. My goal is not to spill the coffee on all my stuff because I did have a little bit of a wine incident last time. So what have I been working on and what's been happening? So the last time we talked, I since then have had a stitching day at my house, and we opened it to Pacific Northwest Stitchers. I think there was 8 of us or 9 of us. There were going to be potentially 15, but the weather was pretty bad. And we had a potluck. We just got to know each other. It was so much fun just to relax and not have to prepare a lot of things or not a lot of extra activities, simply just stitching and eating and enjoying each other. And if you hear my cat meowing in the background, I'm sorry. She wants to come inside right now and I won't let her. And what else? So the next day, I met several stitchers. One was Angela, and she came from Canada. She and her husband came down and they stayed at a local hotel the night before, and then he went out and did some exploring, but that is commitment. If you're willing to drive from Canada across the state of Washington to come to my house to stitch, my hat's off to you, Angela. And we had so many stitchers. Who we have? We had Sheila, and I'm afraid I'm going to miss someone. My sister Carrie was there. Lori Textilis was there. Jamie Cricketbug 33 on Instagram, she was there. Robin, I'm going to shout her out. She's got some videos. Lady Robin S, it's ROBYNS. I'll link her below. She was there, and Christy was there, and Sheila was there, and I'm sure I'm missing some people. I'm so sorry if I am. My memory's not what it used to be. But we just had a great time. It was a perfect size group of people. We all got to talk and chat and dream and plan, and it was a lot of fun. The next day Lori and I went down to Acorns and Threads to their open house, and my sister went on the way back home too. We saw some folks that we know and looked at all the good things and bought some things, and so it was a good day. Other than that, I have been sewing project bags, and I've been putting them up on my sale page on Instagram, which is under Kindred Stitcher Designs. I have been collecting some things to make some fun finishes and also make some project bags, maybe throw a design in there every once in a while. But it's really sort of an intermittent stop to post things where you can buy them. It's all PayPal. So you're welcome to check it out. I'll be sewing bags this weekend. And let me just show you one. This is so stinking cute. Hold on. I have stacks upon stacks of stuff in front of me. And a creaky chair. Oh, there it is. So this one is squirrels in sweaters. I mean, look at that fabric. Is that not so stinking adorable? Look at that. Squirrels with sweaters. And the inside of this one is, I haven't put a zipper pull on it yet. It's a kind of a light chocolate color, light mocha. Emily bought that one already from me. My friend Emily, I met her at Dine to Stitch. Let's see. I have a new t-shirt. I'm going to show it to you. Weekend forecast, cross stitch with no chance of house cleaning or cooking. Because that's how I roll. You know. My grandma always used to say, you can sleep when you're dead. Which is true. So I end up sleeping about 6 hours a night. And then I'm exhausted. Okay, so let me show you what I've been working on since the last time we talked. Brenda Gervais, a sampler petite. These are smalls, and when I say small, they are very small. I stitched them together in a sampler, and I started and finished it. This is, get the light right on this. Sorry, I got a little bit of overhead light. These are pretty much the called for threads. And I just took motifs from the different designs. This is pretty much one of the designs right here. I extended that border over. I extended this bottom part over. I took this. This is pretty much one design also, and I went up with it, and then I filled in with the rest of the motifs, what I liked. So I think I'm going to send that out and have it finished into like a needle roll or a housewife or, I don't know, something like that. And I also started, and pretty much have been working monogamously on this after I finished the other one, Sarah Chapel, 1831 by Shakespeare's Peddler. And let me tell you, this picture is dark because the fabric is dark that she stitched it on. This is so beautiful. I just love this. And I'm using the called for threads with the exception of these little flowers at the bottom. So this is pretty much, oops, I guess I could show you my little bird at the top here. He's so cute, that little bird. These flowers, the called for thread was like a brown color. It was an NPI silk, I believe. And I am stitching it with, well, actually I tried about 4 different colors, and then I finally landed on this one. Believe it or not, this is Belle Soie Paprika. And it doesn't look, I mean, it doesn't look pink at all, right, on here. And it doesn't really look pink in person on stitch, but it doesn't look like this. So I tried lighter colors, less variegated colors, but when I started stitching this on the fabric that I chose, the effect is just so adorable. And this is stitched on 46 count weeks straw. So the color in person is maybe a little more golden, a little bit richer than what you're seeing on the TV there. So started that one and cannot put it down. So I go to the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat in a couple weeks, and I plan to outline the house, maybe put the windows in and outline the roof, and then I'll fill in my stitching while we're there. So that's the stitching I've been working on. What else? I've got some haul. Surprise, I've got some haul. Oh, I want to show you this. A fancy lady won a fancy ribbon. You might have seen it on Instagram. This is the Mirabilia that I made for my niece. And she is a bridal conversion of Sabrina by Mirabilia. It's a reserve grand champion. I could not believe it. I did not go to the fair this year other than to drop off my entry because it's over an hour there from my house. Then you have to pay to park. Although Daleen, so grateful, offered to let me park at her house. Thank you, Daleen. That was very kind of you. But you have to pay to park if you're going to pay to park. Pay to get in. I see the exhibits that I want to see and then eat an elephant ear and leave. So I just want to pay the cost to get in. I didn't have time either this year, so next year I'll go. My understanding is they changed how the exhibits where they're located a little bit, and it's a little bit easier to see them, which is great. So I feel honored and blessed and grateful that this piece was awarded the award that she received. A couple things, some shout outs. I should have probably led with that, but you know, I'm just throwing this up there. I mentioned previously Lady Robin S. So she is fun and she is full of energy. She's a very sweet lady. She went to Acorns and Threads to First Thursday meetup and had a great time there. In her last video, she talks a little bit about that. So go check Robin out. And then Always Amy. So she is such a sweetheart, and she shows some vintage pieces, and she has a bag parade on one of her videos. So go check Amy out. Okay, so this person is not new to anyone, I don't think, but she brings me joy every time I watch her, and that's Stephanie from Lindy Stitches. She is truly the person that God made her to be, and I admire her for that. She's just her own spirit, and I think that's inspirational. So go check Stephanie from Lindy Stitches. And I thought that I had shouted this person out, but I can't remember, you guys. I barely can get dressed in the morning sometimes. Ellen Reed from Maximum Power Cross Stitch Power Hour. And if you have not seen her, that girl has talent, so she can put some production together when you talk about little skits and funny stories, and she's just got it going on. She's hilarious. So go check Ellen out. What am I all into? I started watching food insider videos. So how you make food, and I blame that on Jen from Jen's Stitching Niche and Teresa Kitten Stitcher. Mostly Jen, I think, though, because she's a foodie and she's into some, trying different foods, and so it's fascinating. I watch them how they make limoncello from Italy. But I like the How's That Made TV series on TV. I just really think it's fascinating. And then Amazon Prime, I started watching Poldark, which is set in Cornwall, England. And I don't think it's not the same cast of characters. I don't know if the series I have is BBC. I think the one that I'm watching on Amazon Prime was Masterpiece on PBS. So I watched the whole stinking thing. It's awesome. And I know I'm late to the game. I'm sure y'all have watched it, but if you haven't watched Poldark, there are, I think I'm on season 4 or 5. The videos that are available to watch on demand, I've watched. So now I need to go to PBS and start watching the current season. All right. So that's my whips. One FFO. I don't have any other FOs. I want to see some haul. All right. So this I ordered from Misty Purcell. Gosh. Misty had fabric. Now, if you get her newsletter, you kind of get first dibs at her stuff on her website. So I signed up for her newsletter because her fabrics are gorgeous. This is Opulence. Very pretty, kind of a delicate, lightly modeled, tone-on-tone, perfect sampler fabric. It's probably an ecru color to a very soft pale cream. Her stuff is so light and delicate. I really like Misty's fabrics. And the other one I couldn't resist was pumpkin, soft pumpkin, I think. Yep, soft pumpkin. These are both in surprise 40 or 36 count. That's 40. The other one is this is 46. Huh, 46 and 40. So check Misty's website out. And I picked up, I want to say this is from, I don't remember if it's 123 or if I got it at, I might have gotten this from Kitten Stitcher. Eliza Poole. I've seen this one. I've wanted it. And this one, the colors are great. And what I like on a sampler is contrast. So I like something that has a little bit of maybe black or dark brown, because to me it creates interest and it draws your eye to a specific area in the sampler. Gives your place an eye to rest. This one, I'm pretty sure I blame Michelle Rudy. Farm Girl Loves Totes. And maybe Susie Reno was stitching this, but oh my gosh, a little girl holding her doll. And this basket, wowza. I just love, and because it's red, right? Who doesn't love red? This next one is not a new release. I just finally picked it up. Blue Skin, Plum Street Samplers. I just love everything Paulette makes. I haven't bought any of the fall stuff yet this year. Except maybe this one. This is a new release. I think this might have previously been a retreat one. Autumn You. Isn't that cute, that feel? Just the color palettes that she picks are just right up my alley. And this one I picked up off of Stash and Load, Little by Little Design Company. Look at the house, black and white checks, and this is fun. I like this because I do like a red, black, and white palette with maybe just a little bit of gold or yellow thrown in there for depth. So I don't think I have any of the little by little charts, and they're probably not in production anymore. So this is exciting. Blackbird is, well, I've got this one. Bluebird out my window. But we are seeing some Blackbird designs being reprinted, which is awesome. Some out of print stuff. And then Liberty Eagle, I picked this one up. And I love, this has to be over 1. Look at the tiniest little sampler that eagle is holding. And the banner coming out of his mouth. This is the back, in case you want to change it a little bit. So I have several patriotic pieces lined up to stitch and put on a wall. I had this one on my wish list for a long time. It's kind of like Sarah Chapel, right? 7 sheep sampler. Because look at these people at the bottom. Oh my gosh. And some of these bouquets. How fun is that? All right. And I picked this up off of Stash and Load. I'm really hoping that this is one that Blackbird Designs reproduces. Tricks or Treat. I have stitched something in here, and I'll show you in another video. Maggie's Needle Case. Super cute. Gotta look at the back of these and inside, because usually there's a bonus pattern or another pattern or a finish or something that isn't shown in the front. I thought this was a Stacy Nash or something, but it's Little House Needleworks. Pretty as a peacock. All right, I'll take it out. Sorry, not prepared. Pretty as a peacock. Look at that. So stinking adorable. Little House Needleworks. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. I can't wait to stitch it. Hands on. Here's another one that I can't wait to stitch. And I'm going to the cross stitch, the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat next spring, and Kathy Haberman's going to be there. I'm a little nervous about this finish, but I'm sure I will learn from Kathy and be confident once maybe I'll stitch this and take it with me and she can help me finish it. Let's see. Mother's Honor Do. Do like that flower in there. I'm not sure if I'll do the saying. I might just stitch this floral piece and put it on the top of a box. Because look at the bud on that. Nice and hairy. And then last, I ordered this through Pulse Stitches. Jo from Pulse Stitches. She's a fabric producer in Europe somewhere. This is a free design that they had at a retreat. I think it's a free one. But she stitched it and she dyed fabric to go with it. And oh, look at that. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait. And then last, Lori, a textilist, she's an enabler. She and I stopped on our way back from Acorns and Threads last week at a quilt store called Sisters Quilts in Chehalis, Washington. And I think she has 10,000 bolts of fabric. She has wall-to-wall bolts of fabric. So she doesn't have a lot of styled kind of vignettes of coordinating fabrics, but they have fabrics upon fabrics upon fabrics. And laundry basket quilts is one of my favorite lines of fabrics. This one is, the fabric line is called Andover Foliage, pattern 8750, created by Edita Sitar of Laundry Basket Quilts for Andover Fabrics. I don't know, that's all it says. So this, gorgeous. Look at these robins in here. And the flowers. And then there's this complimentary fabric design. And oh, by the way, it's in another colorway. And another colorway. I'm going to run out of hand space here. And another colorway. Look at that. Holy cow. And another colorway. The red. And yet another colorway. And I didn't realize that I had liked this fabric so much that I had actually bought it before in the pink somewhere else. So I do plan to make some project bags out of the pink. I do plan to make a quilt out of the rest of it, and whatever I have left over, I'll probably make some project bags. I'm sorry, I am knocking you guys, bumping into you. The project bags I have on deck right now are Halloween and fall, some Christmas I've sewn up. My goal is to sew out some of the fabric in my stash. So whatever doesn't sell, I just pull off, maybe take it to a retreat and see if I can sell it there or post it next year. But I have a lot of French General fabric, and I do plan to sew some of that and sell that as project bags. And some of it is Blackbird design fabric. Some of it is French General lime. I think that's the name, is French General. And I have a lot of like light floral, just very pretty fabric. So check it out. I'm not high production. I just do this for fun. It's not my full-time job. I post when I can. So I can't make any promises of when I'll post it. Just post when I get some things done. I think in retirement, I can make more commitments to some of this stuff, but right now I just don't. The season of my life is that I work. Yeah. And then I do fun things on the side, but pretty much I'm working right now. So stay tuned for another video. So last time I produced a regular update, and then I produced a sampler video. And I have enough samplers, sampler information, sampler fabrics to do a second sampler video. But I had some people ask if I would do Blackbird designs. And I do have some finishes and some whips. So I think tomorrow what I'll do is I will do sort of a Blackbird design parade. I don't have a lot of finishes, but I have several whips and I have some kits and I have some out of print charts. And I really thought, I'm not sure if I wanted to do a Blackbird design parade, but now there are several patterns that have come out or will be coming out as reprints. So I'm not here to make you feel bad because I have a chart that you don't have and you can't get it. I really feel like many of the things that are desirable that have been out of print are going to come back into print. So, which is great news for us, right? This is a quickie. I got stuff to do. I got sewing to do. I'm going to go down and get a frame made for one or two of my projects. And I think it's not going to rain today, well, as much as it has been raining. You can see the highlights in my hair. I got new highlights. I am working on going gray. It takes a lot. It's a lot of money and upkeep to color your hair all the time. And I think I'm just ready to embrace who I am and let that gray come in and shine bright. So that's all I have for today. I hope you all have a great afternoon, and I will see you next time. Take care.